Hello, welcome back to the Very Cold channel, and today's video is why the African spotted eagle owl is probably the best owl to begin with. So, sort of standing here today, kind of thinking I should really be talking to you about great grey owls or snowy owls, really. We've got an African spotted owl, very much a savanna owl from Africa. Now, why is an African spotted eagle owl probably the best bet as a first owl to train? Well, firstly, let's say if it's your first owl, that's implying there's going to be a second or more. What you're going to do with the first one if you get another owl. So bear that in mind. This guy's going to live easily for 35 years in captivity. Your first owl, for most people, probably ought to be your only owl. In the UK, barn owls are usually the first owl people take up for training. And I can tell you there's one simple reason. Well, I'm going to give you two. They're incredibly beautiful, I'll give you that. They are incredibly beautiful. But the main reason people start with a barn owl or get a barn owl in the first instance because they want an owl is because they're cheap, and that's the sad fact of it. They're overbred in the UK, they're dirt cheap. African spotted owls, equally inexpensive as an owl, probably double the price. I think right now in 2021 you probably pay about £200 for a young African spotted owl chick that's captive bred, ready to imprint and train. Why do they make such good first owls? I'll tell you, because a barn owl flying weight is between 10 and 12 ounces. This guy here is between, or an African spotted owl, they're around the sort of 1.5 pound mark, typically a little bit less for this guy here, Spot, the spotted owl. And because training owls to fly properly and work properly with you, you need to manage their appetite just like you would any trained falconry bird. And by managing their appetite, you have to also manage their weight to give you some kind of insight as to what their appetite is going to be that day. A barn owl flying around 10 ounces, you have a very fine weight management, and you can easily kill your owl by accidentally starving it to death, seriously. The bigger the bird of prey, the much easier it is to manage its weight, and it's easier to train. African spotted owls have lovely personalities, so they're relatively easy to train, certainly if you do your research first, and they've got that extra bit of weight to make them a safer bet. And when I say safer, I mean for the owl's health. If we scale that up to a European eagle owl, you're going up to 4.5 pounds maybe, upwards. And then you get an owl that can be incredibly stubborn in the wrong hands, because it's actually got such a propensity to slow its metabolism and hold on to its weight. It can also mean that a beginner training birds of prey can easily become sort of unstuck and almost sort of baffled by what's going on. Now, we're not going to tell you how to train an African spotted owl or how to house them, because if you check on the links below, maybe over here, maybe George is going to put it over there, you never know, it could be just over there. But if you check our other videos, how to train a barn owl, the same principle applies to all owls really, apart from obviously the weight. And you can check out our other video, which is going to definitely be there, could be that, might be down there, or it could be over there, but check out the links below for sure. How to house your owl. They'll give you really good insights in the kind of best practice housing for your African spotted owl, and they'll give you great tips on how to start and how to get training and some of the kit you'll need to train and work with your African spotted owl. We're talking trained flying birds. If you want to keep African spotted owls as a nice pair maybe, or a singleton, they don't mind being on their own, in a nice aviary, as an aviary bird, the owl won't care less as long as you do the basic requirements. But keeping an owl as an aviary bird compared to keeping an owl as a flying trained bird, massive differences. And one for sure is, if you're going to work successfully with an owl, really and truly, you need to imprint it from a tiny owlet, captive bred, and that in itself is a whole another topic to deal with. So always do your research. Don't buy yourself an owl. They're not children's pets. Don't get your children an owl, and don't believe what Harry Potter tells you, because they are some of the worst pets in the world, owls. But if you're really determined, a guy like this, Spot the African spotted owl in the snow, who's now 19 years old, with lots of life left in him. Check out those other videos, and we hope you like meeting Spot, our African spotted owl.